It is 9 p.m. on the night that I'm supposed to be uploading this, so it's my channel and I'll upload it at 3 a.m. if I want to. Just kidding, I'll upload before midnight because this is Vita and my camera battery is already about to die, so this is off to a great start. Hold on. Okay, as I was saying, new battery, new me. As I was saying, it's like 9 p.m. I'm supposed to upload this in less than 3 hours. Today, I'm going to be showing you what's on my bookshelf. Not that you really cared to know to begin with. This is the side of my room you don't see, the part that actually kind of like looks nice. Minus the fact that my bed like isn't made right here. But, you know, sometimes these things happen. So this bottom shelf is all stuff that I've read. And this top shelf is stuff that I haven't. Very good system, thank you. I came up with it myself. Gotta stay moisturized, friends. Anyway, on my bottom shelf, we're gonna start with this side, this right side, and on this right side we have the Twilight Series box set, including The Short Second Life of Bree Tanner. I got these in like 8th grade, and I've read through them once, exactly once. I've been meaning to revisit them, but I have a lot of other things to read, so they're kind of on the back burner. I'm really looking at getting the Harry Potter series too. Like, I've already read it, but I want to buy it. So this might be on the back burner for longer than I want it to be. It's already been like 8 years, so what's a couple more? Am I right? I'm in a weird mood because I feel rushed. But I shouldn't rush. You can't rush this. I don't know if the lighting's weird or not, but I was doing research on softbox lighting versus ring lighting, and I'm not sure if I made the right choice in getting a ring light. Maybe I'll just have to get softbox light as well and have options. I don't know, it's not that expensive. It's like $30 to get one box light, and I really only need one. My space is not that big. All of the John Green books that are out, to my knowledge, I have Will Grayson, An Abundance of Catherines, Looking for Alaska, The Fault in Our Stars, Paper Towns, Turtles All the Way Down, and Let It Snow. I don't really have a favorite. I think it's this guy, Turtles All the Way Down. Actually, in my New Year's video, this one was my favorite book of the year. So I guess I do have a favorite. These two hold a special place in my heart though, because this one I bought and read the whole thing before going to see the movie that came out the next day. Yeah. And then this one was the book that I read when my family moved. And I don't know. It gave me a lot of hope. So I was pretty sentimental with these guys. These are my Jesus books that I've read. Oh, plus this one. I guess he didn't quite make the cut onto the bottom shelf. We have The Purpose-Driven Life, a 40-day devotional series. Yeah, Crazy Love, 90 Minutes in Heaven, Christian Beliefs, and The Worn Out Woman. These are my Jesus books. I believe in Jesus. I read about Jesus in books outside of the Bible. What a concept. Next are miscellaneous books that I have read. I've read Me Before You. I tried to read the other two. There was like After You and then Still Me. I couldn't get into those ones. But I really enjoyed reading this one. So, yeah. The Lovely Bones, which I read much later than when it came out. My Sister's Keeper, which I bawled at for like an hour because I thought it was unfair. And we have Fixing Delilah, which, I mean, was okay. I don't actually remember what it was about, but I read it. I remember reading it. Tuesdays with Maurey, which is honestly one of the best books I've ever read. I love this book. I stole it from my dad. Dad, if you're watching this, I still have this book. And I am not giving it back. And I'm not sure why this book is still on my shelf, but it has been on my shelf since I was in the 3rd grade, and it seems a little too late to take it off, so I might as well just keep it. It's the Tale of Despereaux. This was one of my favorite books in the 3rd grade. We read it as a class, and I still have it on my bookshelf. for whatever reason. It made it into all of my formative years of growing up on my bookshelf. It apparently made it to college, and now it made it into my adult life. So, my future kids, if you're watching this, if this book is not part of your life, I must have lost it in a move. But it's made it this far, so I doubt it. So, look forward to that. You hear me? I'm shouting into the void. Now we're going to move into books that I have not read. This was suggested to me by a friend. It's the complete Summer I Turned Pretty trilogy. I'm not sure what they were about, or what they are about, because I have not read them, but my friend suggested them, and so I bought them. How am I even supposed to get these out? These are really pretty books. I don't know why I took them out, but I did. So now I have to put them back. Actually, holding this in my hand really makes me want to read it, so I don't know. I'm sure I'll end up starting to read it in the middle of reading another book, and then I'm just gonna get lost, and yeah. The next book I have on my shelf that I have not read is Cell by Stephen King. I don't know what it's about, but I picked it up at Half Price Books, and I haven't picked it up since then. The next book is Where Do I Go From Here? The life you never wanted can bring a life of fullness and beauty you never anticipated. Where do I go from here? Bold living after unwanted change. If that's not on brand, I don't know what is. Actually, I should read this because it's not that long. Yeah, it's like 150 pages. That'll take me like a day to read. Whatever. The next one is one that I actually have kind of... Oh! I found my cute bookmarks. We have Zoe and I at a movie theater in Tennessee. And then we have the girls and I at prom during our senior year. Well, Zoe's junior year and then our 3 senior year. That's cute. I didn't know those were in there. What a surprise. Rude. What a surprise. But I guess I have kind of read through this one because it's got highlights and stuff at the beginning. And I have read the majority of it, but it's basically the Bible written out in chronological order, which I would like to read again and actually finish it, because I've started it like 3 or 4 times, but I've never finished it. But for what I read was really good and it made a lot of sense, so I should probably dive back. This is making me want to read books, so if you ever want to read a book, just start picking up all of the books on your shelf and you're going to want to read them all at once, which is unrealistic because, you know, it is. Although I wish I wouldn't have, like, the church I was going to when I lived here the first time with my family was doing like a series on it, and I was like taking a bunch of notes during them, and I kind of wish I didn't do that. But it only lasts like 2 chapters, so, you know, it's probably fine. But I'm gonna read though, I'll read this. The next one is one that, oh wait, this one is another Jesus. What picture is this? Oh, it's a picture from my friend's wedding. That's a bookmark. Nice. I love finding these. This is fun. The next one that I've been meaning to read for a while is Major Themes in the New Testament. Oh yes, a Jesus book that is not the Bible. Love that for me. Gotta get my spirituality on, because Lord knows I need it. Another Jesus book that I'm reading is called A Why to Live For. It takes like your Enneagram into account and like all your life experiences and all this stuff, and it helps piece together which broken place of the world that you're supposed to heal or help heal. So I'm in the middle of reading it. It's pretty good. I'm gonna email him when I'm done so that we can sit down and talk about it, because he said I could. This next one, some of you may recognize. This isn't as fun of a bookmark. I actually have started this book. I'm on chapter 3. Might recognize this from the episode of February Monthly Madeline, where I said the book of the month was Independence Day Crucible. Guess what still has not been finished? Independence Day Crucible. It's on my list of things to read, clearly, because it's still on this shelf. Another thing, I have some books up here. Oh, this is just a devotional I'm doing. It's 100 days. And they're just like cute little one-pagers. What else is up here? Oh, this is the book I'm currently reading. the City of Bones, and I'm going to jump into the City of Ashes, and then my other roommate, these are one of my roommates, and then my other roommate has like the middle 3 books, and then I have the last one. So I'm working through this series right now, and this is really what I would rather be doing instead of filming a video. I would rather be reading this book, but I made a commitment to myself to do 31 videos in August, and I am only about 13 in, so I still gotta go. So I'm on chapter 16 of 23. Who knows, maybe I'll while out and finish it tonight. And then this one's just a notebook, but When Breath Becomes Air, which is apparently about death and dying. This is the book that Emma was talking about in our video where we talked about death and dying. So this is on my list of things to read because it's on my shelf and she told me to read it, so I'm going to read it eventually. Nice. And then last, and certainly not least, and much to Jared's correctness while we were in New York, we went to the Met, and I bought this book about Monet. Why did I do that? Because apparently his paintings spoke to me that day. I had never really liked going to art museums until I went to the Met, and then I really liked being in them. And I haven't been in one since, and that was in March, so alas, I've not really cracked open this book, but I know that I would like to. But, I mean, just look at that. That's beautiful. That's a video idea right there. I make a Monet painting. I can't paint like Monet, so, you know, that might be a bit of a struggle. But I really do want to read this book because I think it would be interesting to know things about Monet and be a basic white bitch who knows about art. Which is not on brand for me because I am not an artist, and I never will be. Anyway, apart from my shortcomings as a creative person, these are all the books on my shelf. The books that I have read and the books that I have not. Thank you for stopping by if you are a book person who was expecting much more of a book review than I gave you. These are just the books that I place next to me when I sleep, on my shelf. And, you know, that is where they will stay until I read them. And even after I read them, like the books on the bottom of the shelf. Especially like the Tale of Despereaux, which has not left my shelf since I was in 3rd grade. And it probably will never leave my shelf. It will just stay there through the depths of time. And I will continue to have the Tale of Despereaux on my shelf. And one day it will be on my child's shelf. And then one day it will be on their child's shelf. It is about 9:30 p.m. and I am tired because I was at work all day. And then I went to a banquet. And then I came home. And then I played Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. And then I said, oh, shoot, I better film a video because I need to. Because I made a commitment to myself. So here I am, talking to you about books. And now I'm talking to you in a weird voice about the books that live on my shelf while I sleep. So, I should probably end this here. So I'm going to. I will see you all tomorrow for something that's hopefully more coherent than this, but I can't guarantee that, so see you then. Bye.